What's good, fellas? It's your boy Darren, man, the BowTie Fragrance Guy. Of course, we talk about fragrances on this channel. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. Of course, we're going to talk about fragrances, but I like to throw in some style tips for you guys as well. And grooming. Look good, smell good, feel good. You're good, right? So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe, man. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you get notified. On today's video, guys, I'm going to be ranking my entire Louis Vuitton fragrance collection. And honestly, this was really hard because when I rank certain collections, like fragrances from the house of Louis Vuitton, I take it very seriously just because I'm a big fan of the house, number one. And number two, honestly, I don't have anything in my collection from that house that I do not like. I have nothing from that collection that I do not like. Now, obviously, I wear some more than others and things of that nature, but there's nothing that I do not like from the brand. Honestly, and obviously, of course, Louis Vuitton is a brand for the most part that you got to go actually into a Louis Vuitton store to smell it. So pretty much every single last one of these I was in the store, and this was an in-store purchase. May have been one or two that I purchased online, but I'd already smelled it first in the store. All right, but anyway, so I have 11 in my collection total. I'm gonna rank those. Quick reminder, guys, and I'm not sure when this video will post. Hopefully it will post before Wednesday, but if you have not gotten your copy of the Gentleman's Blueprint, the ebook that I dropped, guys, you are missing out on some valuable information. I did a live stream. If you have not seen that, go check it out, where I covered some things that are in here. The Gentleman's Creed, confidence in class, building your inner strength, dressing the part. Obviously, we still talk about fragrance and fashion. Becoming who you're meant to be. Character-driven achievement. There's some very, very, in my humble opinion, interesting and valuable information in this ebook. It's only $9.99, so make sure you pick it up. Also, of course, if you purchase it before Wednesday, which is that first week, I'm throwing in this 100 ml bottle of Lavish from BowTie, the Victorious. And also on the live, I decided to do 5 ml samples of 9 different BowTie fragrances to include in that, which are Mocus is in there, Valiant is in there, Blue Sapphire, my favorites, Almas. So that's crazy, I know, but that's just for anybody that purchased it within that first week. So hopefully I'll make sure I try to get this video uploaded by Monday or so you'll still have a chance, or Tuesday, still have a chance to participate in that. All right, so with that bit of business out of the way, guys, I'm gonna run the intro and we come back, we're getting into it. I'm gonna try my best to rank my Louis Vuitton fragrances, and I don't even wanna say least favorite, but I don't know, I guess I gotta use that verbiage, from my least favorite to my most favorite. I love them all. But anyway, we're gonna do that, and when we come back, we'll get into it. So if you wanna see how I rank my Louis Vuitton collection, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're gonna jump right into this video. Now, coming in the 11th spot. Now, there's a reason I have this here. None of these decisions have anything to do more so, again, with not liking the fragrance, but I guess I have a small gripe with number 11. But anyway, let's get into it. So in the 11th spot in my Louis Vuitton collection is this fragrance. It's called Orage. Orage. Now what you're gonna get with this fragrance right here, guys, is grapefruit, iris, patchouli, and white musk is some of the main notes. Again, it smells great. It's centered around the note of patchouli. Now the only reason, primary reason I have this in the 11th spot is because of all my Louis Vuitton fragrances. Honestly, for me, this one is I get the worst performance out of this one. I only get about a strong hour, a little of an hour projection on this, and then it only lasts for about 3.5, 4 hours at the most. So honestly, again, of all the ones that I have in my collection, this one gives me the least on the performance aspect of things. So that helped to contribute primarily to why it's in the 11th spot. So It's a great fragrance. Again, it's centered around a note of patchouli. Yeah, I really love it, man. Again, it has that, you get that slightly sour kind of grapefruit opening. You know how grapefruit normally plays in fragrances. Slight powdery iris here. But the patchouli is the dominant note here. And it's a unique patchouli fragrance, unlike any that I have. But again, the performance is a little bit lacking on this one. So it's in the 11th spot. Again, this one is called Orage. All right, guys, I'm coming in the 11th spot. This may shock some people, but again, all these fragrances are really good, and that's the thing about them. So I'm not by any means saying that like I said, there's any issues per se. I don't like any of these. It's just we got to have some order for a video like this. So in the 10th spot is this one, Afternoon Swim. Afternoon Swim. Love this stuff as well, man. This is ambergris, ginger, bergamot, and mandarin orange, I would say, are some of the main notes in this fragrance. And again, I love it, but you know, it has to go on the 10th spot because obviously I like the others better. This one to me, it just doesn't excite me as much as some of the others. I'll just say it that way. The other ones that I have in my collection, to me, I just gravitate towards them more. Definitely, again, nothing wrong with Afternoon Swim. It has a scent DNA that I'm more kind of familiar with other fragrances that I've smelled before. You know, kind of like the Georgioff Neos of the world, stuff like that. Really, really good, but there's more uniqueness, and I gravitate towards the other ones more. So it's in the 10th spot. Again, this one is Afternoon Swim. All right, guys, I'm coming in the 9th spot. I don't get to wear this one as much because for me, this is very occasional and very seasonal for when I wear it. But this one is called Nouveau Monde. Nouveau Monde. And what you're gonna get here is leather, oud, cacao, rose, patchouli, and a slight hint of caramel. So I've heard some people say that this one kind of puts them in the mindset of Ambre Nomade. I guess I can see where it's coming from just because it has oud in it. But to me, this kind of does its own thing. The cacao here is not a sweet like the chocolate. It's more of a kind of bitter cacao note that you get in this fragrance right here. And the caramel in it does provide just a slight hint of sweetness, so I like it. The caramel, to me, gives it somewhat of a unique scent profile. Though when you smell it, you'll probably, like I said, it does kind of remind you of Ambre Nomade to some extent, or honestly, any rose oud kind of base fragrance, it may kind of hint at that when you smell it, but that cacao and the caramel kind of gives it its own unique factor. Really, really enjoy this fragrance. Like I said, I don't wear this one as much as some of the others because for me, and I know people, you do what you want. You can wear this in the dead heat of the summer, 25 sprays. You can do that. I'm just saying for me, I have kind of some etiquette and things of that nature that I have when it comes to wearing fragrances. So I don't wear this one as much, but I do enjoy it. It's in the 9th spot. Again, this one is called Nouveau Monde. All right, guys, I'm coming in the 8th spot. Very easy to wear, but it's more of a simplistic, very simple kind of scent profile, but it just smells great. It's in the 8th spot. This is called California Dream. California Dream. This is pear, benzoin, mandarin orange, and then you kind of get this slight musky nuance from the ambrette in this fragrance. Like I said, this is super versatile. Never a bad place or time to wear a fragrance like this. I mean, you can wear this to the gym, you can wear it to the office, you can wear this dressed up, you can wear it casual, running. I mean, no place, no time, in my opinion, is a bad time to wear this fragrance. Again, it's just for me, it's not as interesting as some of the other ones. It's a very, very, like I said, simplistic kind of scent profile. It just smells great. But honestly, that's what fragrance is about at the end of the day. So it's in the 8th spot. Again, this one's called California Dream. All right, guys, I'm coming in the 8th spot. Now, this one would have been even higher. I'll explain in a moment, but it's in the 8th spot. This one is called Pacific Chill. Obviously, I love it. There's a huge dent in it. This one primarily is mint, blackcurrant, basil, fig, and ambrette. I would say the main two notes are that mint and the fig, in my opinion. Now, the only reason this isn't higher, because based on just the scent itself, this would have been top 3. But there is a fragrance that I used to rant and rave about around 2020, 2021 from the brand of Cartier, from the Luxuriance collection. I think it was called Luxuriance, yeah. from the, I forgot the name of the collection, but it was in a green bottle. It's called Luxuriance. This smells exactly like Luxuriance. And that's why I used to rant and rave about that fragrance so much. But this is almost like I said, a direct copy of Luxuriance. So the scent profile to me wasn't new. That's why it's in the spot that's in the 7th spot. Like I said, if I would have smelled this fragrance and it was the first time I smelled the scent profile, it would have been in the top 3. It smells that good. But again, I'd already smelled it before, almost an exact replica of it. So that's why it's in the 7th spot. But it does smell phenomenal. If you don't have Luxuriance, this is one I definitely recommend you check out from the brand. Again, this one's called Pacific Chill. All right, guys, now coming in the 6th spot is this one, Ombre Nomad. Ombre Nomad, Oud Rose, raspberry, saffron, has a little incense, a little smokiness, of course, also that comes from that birch wood in here. Fantastic fragrance. Obviously, it's fantastic. I am a person that has probably 30 or so Oud Rose fragrances in my collection. So I'm almost certain for me, the reason why it's in the 6th spot, it's a phenomenal fragrance. But again, it's because I have so many rose ouds in my collection. I kind of started to tire or get tired, I would say, of rose oud fragrances. So now I don't even gravitate towards them as much because I love that combination so much, and I've gotten so many over the course of the years. I'm kind of more interested in other things at this time. But it's a phenomenal scent, obviously. Again, if you love rose and oud, the addition of that raspberry here with the saffron is just absolutely stand out. So it's in the 6th spot. I do love it. This is a 1 or 2 sprayer, guys. It's powerful. This is Ombre Nomad. All right, guys, now on to the top 5. In the 5th spot, I had to go with this one, is Meteore. Meteore, and what you get with this one is Sicilian orange, neroli, nutmeg, and cardamom. Oh, this smells good. Whew. All of these smell good, but these top 5, obviously they blow me away. I like all of these. I love these 5. This smells so good, man. Again, I can't tell you how good this stuff is. I mean, most of you have probably, this is one of the more popular fragrances from Louis Vuitton. So most of you that are into Louis Vuitton fragrances have probably put your nose on this one. Probably these top 5, I think. Well, at least 4 of them for sure. But this stuff is just good. Like I said, I love this stuff. For me, it's that juicy kind of citrus opening that gets me every time with this fragrance. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Love it. And then you start to, it dries down when the spices start to come in here. Like I said, primarily the notes I listed, nutmeg, cardamom. It's great, man. Just put your nose on it, man. Again, it's in the 5th spot, so that means I really love it. This is Meteore. All right, guys, I'm coming in the 4th spot. This is actually the first fragrance I ever purchased from Louis Vuitton. And that's saying something because most of these fragrances were, most of them, not all, were available when I purchased it. Quite a few of them were. But this is the one that caught my attention the most initially, and it's La Menthe. La Menthe. Ginger, sage, geranium, and ambroxan. This is so good. Jeez, this is good, guys. Again, when we get to these top 5, it's splitting hairs. But again, this was my first purchase, so again, like I said, it's saying a lot. Love the use of ginger here. Again, very versatile fragrance. Again, I can't really imagine many people smelling this fragrance and not enjoying this fragrance. I think there's a little bit of lavender here as well, and lavender is a note that I always love because you find lavender in most fougères, and anything fougère has fougère-like tendencies to it. Usually I gravitate towards because, again, I'm either dressed up suit or business casual, at least how I am today without the tie. But those kind of fragrances just work so well for me, man. They feel so masculine and manly and just sophisticated. And I usually gravitate towards those scent profiles for that reason. But I love this stuff. It has a special place in my heart because it's the first one I purchased. But now that my collection has grown, it's in the 4th spot. But I love it. So check it out, guys. This one is called, again, La Menthe. All right, guys, I'm in the third spot. This may come as a surprise to some of you because I recently, probably a few months ago, did a top 10 Louis Vuitton fragrances. And my order shifted around a little bit, I think. I didn't look at that one to recall, but I'm pretty sure it shifted. And this is one of the shifts, I'm almost certain. But the third spot goes to this one, man, Lovers. Now, this is my most worn fragrance this year. Huge dent in it. I love this stuff. It's ginger, sandalwood, cedarwood, and galbanum. So you get this green, woody, slightly creamy fragrance. Some people have said kind of hints at a Santal 33, but to me this is a lot smoother, not quite as loud. A little bit more of a refined scent profile when you compare it to Santal 33. Again, that's really heavy. And in your face, this is a little bit smoother, man. This is the, you know, Santal 33 is a guy in the club that's all in your face trying to buy you drinks. Lovers is a guy that's smooth. He comes in, kind of stands in the corner, peeps out who he wants, and then he's smooth when he comes up and talks to her. Stands out from the rest of the guys. That's Lovers. This stuff is fantastic. I told stories about how many compliments I got the first time I wore this. It was just absolutely insane. And pretty much every time I've worn it, with the exception of one time I can remember the first time I wore it, I've gotten a compliment on it. Love this stuff, but another one of these scent profiles really have grown on me over the last month and a half or so and kind of edged this out. But it's great, of course. That's why it's in the number 3 spot. In a collection of fragrances that is so great, number 3, Lovers. All right, guys, now coming in the number 2 spot in my collection is this one, City of Stars. This one has really grown on me, man. It's leaps and bounds now. Lime, blood orange, tiare flower, iris. Very powdery. Oh my goodness. This stuff is phenomenal. Gosh. When I talk about fragrances that I name the main notes, of course, obviously that's what I pick up the most. That lime opening. I think this lime is blood orange too, like I said. And then it gets very powdery, and that tiare flower gives this very unique scent profile to me, because you don't find it a lot in male marketed fragrances. It's just very, very sensual. Oh my gosh, this is good, guys. It's in the number 2 spot for a reason. The missus love this on me, that always counts. This stuff is phenomenal, man. Gee whiz, you gotta check it out. City of Stars, seriously. Fellas, you gotta check that one out. And of course, last but not least, in the number 1 spot. It was just my imagination. Love this stuff, man, of course. Citron, neroli, ginger, cinnamon, and black tea are some of the main notes. What can I say? It is just a phenomenal fragrance. It smells great, compliments, all that stuff. Even if it had never gotten a compliment, this would still be number 1. I just love the way it smells. And there's really no other rationale for why it's number 1. I love the way this stuff smells. It's in the number 1 spot, and I talk about it a lot, so I'll spare you the details. But number 1, imagination. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information to find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.